Hi everyone, this is Lori from the Crafting Auntie, and this is part 3 of my Christmas document journal. So far we have constructed the cover, which is here, front and the back. We decorated it last week with the doily and some of this ephemera here and also the chipboard. And we also covered the inside, and we added the closure, and we added these 2 pockets. So today I want to finish the cover, which I want to add a label. So I did a whole lot of fussy cutting recently, so I have a lot of things cut, and I thought it would be fun to put this on here, but it needs to be backed so it shows up better. So I'm thinking I'm going to back it with both of these, just to have a little bit of a border of each. So that's what I'm thinking of there. So we're going to do that. I'm going to show you all the papers that I have here that are going to go in, and we're going to get that ready to go inside. So we're also going to decorate the front of these pockets. So let's get started. Let's start with this label. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to glue it onto this craft color first. And then I'm going to cut that out. And then I'm going to glue it onto the red. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a border here. Let me just this a little bit that I forgot to do. All those little things you need to do ahead of time. Okay, that's good enough. So let me cut this out, and then I'm going to leave just a little bit of a border around it, and hopefully it'll look nice with the red behind it, and that kind of breaks up the red. There won't be so much red next to each other, but I just think these colors look good. I was looking at maybe the green, and I just thought it was too stark. I have a darker kind of a green like this one, and then the other one I had was brighter, and I just didn't care for either one. So back to the red I went. So let's cut this out, and then I think I'm going to go ahead and ink it as well, and then we'll put it onto the red. So, like this, and that. Okay, so let's go ahead and ink this, and then we'll see how that looks with the red. I want it to still look a little vintagey. So we got that. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so let's glue this on here. And this is pretty sturdy cardstock, especially the craft paper one is pretty sturdy. So that'll make it nice to go on the front. So let's glue that on there, and then I'm going to cut around this. And then we should be able to put this right onto the front. So I spent a lot of time, my husband and I, we just went on a little camping trip for our 48th anniversary, and so, you know, I had to take stuff with me when we're just relaxing and hanging around the campsite. So I took a lot of fussy cutting with me, and then I took a lot of stuff to just do some collaging. I love what Gayle Agostinelli does. She uses an old Medicare book, and she collages in it, and I love that. So that's what I did. Yeah. Oh yeah, see, that looks much better. Yeah, that looks way better. Okay, so let me ink this. Get this out of my way. And I am using Vintage Photo on this. I've been pretty much using Vintage Photo on all of this because I think it just goes really well. Okay. And I think probably there. Yeah. Okay, so let's glue this on, and that finishes the front so far. I am still thinking of putting a metal label maybe down here, but I haven't quite decided yet. So for now, this is it. So let's make sure I got this straight. Okay. Do that down really good. Okay. Cute. Love it. Okay, so let's go to the inside. So I picked out some ephemera that I've been fussy cutting. So let me show you what I have. Let me clear off my mess here. Throw my papers away. So I picked out just some items that I've been cutting, and they're from various digital artists. Some are from my porch prints, and another one I think is Betty's Designs or something like that. Anyway, so I've been cutting all these. Aren't they cute? These little girls are just adorable. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up the edges. And just use whatever it is you have that you want to make. If you want to make one of these, they really are a lot of fun to do. I like the fact that it's different than a normal journal. I like the fact that it's tall. And some of the vintage papers that I have are really tall, and I hate to have to cut them. So using them in this type of journal really makes it nice. And that way, either you can fold up the bottom if it's still a little too long, or you can just use the whole thing. I measured this document journal to the size of the ledger, vintage ledger paper I had that was pretty long. So I just use that as my guide, which my journal, if I recall right, and I know I mentioned it in the last couple of videos, should be 5 inches by 12. I believe that's what I said. I know it's 12 tall, so let me see. Let me just double check. I want to get that in there. So I think it's 5. Let's double check that to make sure I give you the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 5 inches by 12. Okay. So it's stiff because this is Amazon packaging that I use. The puffy, so it's nice and sturdy. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to do this with her. Well, maybe over here like this. Let's put her up a little higher in the label. About like that. And then I have this, and I was thinking it'd be kind of cute to pop that like right there. So, yeah. Okay, so let's do this one first. Yeah, so I like using the tall papers that I have. I have a whole bunch of vintage papers, and yes, like everyone else, I've been hoarding it, afraid to use it, and I've just decided that I need to use it. That's exactly what I got it for. I find these things, I have gotten some at thrift store, not much. We don't have too much of that around here in Moreno Valley. But I got quite a bit of it off of Etsy from various sellers on there, and yeah, so I need to use it. I need to use it. So let's do that. And then let me quickly get this one down. We're having quite a bit of wind these days. It's kind of our windy season here in Southern California in Moreno Valley area. Okay. Oh, cute. Cute. Like it. All right. Yeah. And then this side, I have her. So let's see. Let's do this with maybe this. So let's put her down first. Yeah, so I have bought several Christmas digitals, probably more than I will ever use this season, but there's always more seasons after this each year, so we got plenty of time to use them. But I got some of these recently that I just fell in love with and thought I need to get some printed, get some cut, and get to using them especially for Christmas. Cute gingerbread. Okay, make sure she's down good. And then this piece. Okay. I guess if I put it right side up, that would be best. Alright, let's see. Let me put this down. There we go. Perfect. Cute. Very cute. I like that. And the label. Okay. So, I'm going to set this aside. So, I've got my pockets done. I've got the front pretty much finished. We'll decide if I want to do anything else on this. You know, what I might do a little bit later is maybe some gold splattering. Not sure yet. So, I'm going to set this aside and let me show you the papers that I have. So, let's start with some digitals. So, I have some of these digitals that I've already printed, double-sided, and I've torn off all the edges, the white edges. So I have this one. I believe these are from Roxy Creations. I like these because they're portrait, so they're the tall way. They'll go perfect in this. They're not as long, of course, but that doesn't matter. So I got this one. I like this with the ledger. And then we've got this one that I'm using. This one I thought was beautiful, so I put some of this on the back. I believe this is my Porch Prints. Oops. Another Roxy Creations. So those are the digitals I'm going to use. So I've got 6 of those. I think it's 6? Yes. Or 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. So I got 5 digitals. I have 3 red doilies that I pulled out. I like them because they're red on both sides. Sometimes they're white on the back and a color on the front. So I've got these 3. I've got a couple of bags I'm going to include. And when I fold them over, then you'll have a pocket on either side to decorate. Then I have some of these vintage papers. So I have this beautiful letter. So I've got that. I've got, whoops, let's see, this is an invoice. Really cool paper too. And here is something about a roof. The Haskell Paint Company. Something about recoating and waterproofing. Okay, another receipt. These are, I just love the paper. They're just so, and this has a watermark on it. I don't even think you can see it, but it's got a watermark through it. That's awesome. And then I have 2 of these ledger pieces. One, this is what I used for the template that I folded, that I didn't fold straight, so we'll refold that. Then I have a couple of music pages. So I've got these. And then I've got 4 tea dye papers. So that's what I'm going to use for the signature. So I'm going to start by folding all of these vertically in half. And I like some of the edges that are kind of torn, so I'm leaving that. Let me get my bone folder so I can crease these down good. So just going to make some piles, and then we'll put the signature and how I want to have it, which I don't know yet. Let's fold this one straight. Yeah, I didn't do a very good job when I folded this one. So we'll fix that. Hopefully it'll be okay. It's a little bit cracking there. The inside's okay, so I think we'll be alright. Do another one. You know, I've been watching Gayle Agostinelli and Margreth from Seven Plaza when they did their document journals. And they were just amazing what they did. putting theirs together and all the things that they used into it. So I knew I had to make one. Some of this paper is really, really frail, but I think will be okay. So I'm going to tie these in. It's only going to be one signature. Okay, so I've got all of these folded. So let's get the tea dye paper. I buy this tea dye paper because it's not my favorite thing to dye paper. My sister does some for me. She's from Nana's Crafting Cottage. You probably watch her every week, hopefully, when she does craft with me, and then other things that we have done together, swaps and other shares that she does. Anyway, she does the bubble dye paper that we learned from Barbara on 49 Dragonflies, and it's very easy. It's just not my thing. But she does them for me, bless her heart. So I'm going to leave kind of a little gap here. It's not going to make any difference. And then I am going to cut this open. So let's do that now. Just cut a strip off. Doesn't have to be very big. And now we've got it open on both sides. So make a nice pocket. I want to do the same thing on this one. So go ahead and get that done. Yeah, so she does coffee dyeing for me, and then she does the bubble coffee dyeing for me. Let's see, I'm going to do the same thing here. So I get papers from her, and then I have a place on Etsy that I get them from as well that does the tea dye. So I like matching up my doily ends. So I'm just going to carefully do that on these. So we've got 3 of these, and then we're down to the digitals. Then we can start putting our signature together. Okay. And then I'm just going to fold these now, and if I decide I want them the other way, I can always turn them around. So it's not a problem. And I don't know if I'm going to ink edges. I see I have a little bit of white left here. Maybe I will just take my ruler and see if I can't get that off. Sometimes it's wider on one side than it is on the other, depending on which side it was that I tore it from. So let's do this. Let's get that off. Because I don't know whether I want to ink the edges or not. Let's see if I have any others like that. I think, hopefully, I'm good. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so back to folding. So, yeah, I don't know whether I want to ink edges at this point. I think I want this one to go this way. And I'm not sure what I want to do. Most of the stuff I do ink, but this one I'm not really sure that I want to ink, so I may just be inking things that I decorate it with. And then again, I may decide that I want to go ahead and ink the edge of the paper, but I'm not going to go ahead and do anything now. I think I probably, oh yeah, maybe I will be inking the edges of this. Maybe just these, just to make sure I don't have any white peeking through. Decision made. So before I sew these in, let me just stick these up, and let's get a little inking the quick way. If I don't get it all now, we can always add more later. But I want to at least get the most of the edges. So, yeah, that does look better. That does look a lot better. Make sure I got all these on the inside. finish this. I think that does look better. A lot better. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and ink all these, and then I will come back and we will make the signature. Okay, all inked up. I just did the digitals. I think those are the ones that needed it. I love all the rough edges. I love how they look now. Much better. Okay, so let's get our piles. Put the doilies with the bags. Digitals. And we have tea dye. Make sure I got these all the right way. And then our vintage papers. I'm trying to think what I want in the very front. I think I want something vintage. Maybe we'll start with a ledger. So let's start with a ledger. Then a digital. And let's see, let's do a coffee dye and a bag. Let's see, let's do it this way. Okay, and then let's do another vintage. I can always decorate. I think I'm going to turn this the other way. So let's fold this the other way. Put that in there. That. And then let's do a doily. And then another digital. Let's see how this one looks. I think I want to end with a digital in the center. Yeah, that looks nice. Then let's do another of the vintage. Let's see, what do we have? Let's do a music. Let's do music. Let's add a music. It's nice and tall. Perfect. Okay, now let's see. We'll do another one of these, and let's do a digital. Let's see. Let's do this one. Like so. Wait on a bag. Maybe we'll do, let's see, how far back is the doily? Yeah, let's do another doily here. That goes really well with that. And then let's do another vintage. I love this. Look at that writing. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's about fishing. Love it. Tea dye paper. And another digital. Let's do a bag. Bag and another ledger. Let's do another vintage one right next to that. And then, or actually, let's do a T in between. There we go. So T in between, another one of these. Let's do a doily, music, tea dye, and then let's end with this one, this digital. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So let's see if we like this. So we got ledger, then we have a digital. Move that up a little bit. Then a tea dye, a bag, another vintage, a doily, digital, music, another vintage, digital, doily, then this beautiful handwritten letter, coffee dye, digital, bag, another ledger, another tea dye, another vintage invoice, red doily, music, coffee dye, and then ending with this. I think that's good. I think that's very good. So I want to make sure got them tucked in here very nicely. So let's see how it's going to look on the inside. So let's open this up, put this in. Oh yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect. I love that. It's going to look, I think it's got plenty of papers because we're going to be adding a lot of decoration into it. And so yeah. Okay, that is it for today. I'm going to sew this in off camera. I'm sure you've seen many of the creators sew in. It's just going to be probably a 5-hole pamphlet stitch because I want to make sure I capture everything all the way down the spine. So that next video, what we're going to be doing is making the ephemera to go inside here. There's going to be lots of things that we can add: pockets, tucks, pieces of ephemera, tags, all kinds of stuff that I want to decorate in here. So that will be coming in part 4. And I think we're probably going to end up with maybe, instead of 5, maybe 6. I'm not sure of this series. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you like what we've done so far. Sorry for that glare. There we go. And then I'll make a decision whether I'm going to put a metal plate down here that says Christmas or journal, or I'm not really sure. But I'll figure that out. Okay, so thank you for joining me today. I hope you guys all have a great day. I want to thank all of you that have joined and subscribed to my channel. I just do this for fun. This is something that I'm retired and I just enjoy crafting. I get in here as I can because I know I've mentioned before I do have back issues, but I do like doing this. This is like I just enjoy it so much. So I hope you just come along with me on the next video where we will be making some ephemera of different kinds in here. And I'm going to be working on some more collaging in my Medicare book. I love that Gayle Agostinelli, what she does. So anyway, I'm going to be making some things and get ready to make the ephemera with you. So I'll see you next time. You guys have a great day and enjoy your day. Okay.